It is Thursday, December 15th, and I'm going in for an early showing of Rogue One. I'm excited. So I just saw Star Wars Rogue One. It just ended, and I just wanted to give my quick, immediate thoughts on the movie. There's a couple things that are really cool. Most of the stuff that leads directly up to Episode 4 is handled really well. There are a few too many fan service moments where they throw in things that didn't need to be there, I felt. Some of the dialogue that Vader says is awkward and weird, reminiscent of the prequels almost. There's one moment where he tries to be kind of quippy and funny, and it doesn't play well. Plus, James Earl Jones sounds kind of weird now. But other than that, it was pretty good, and I really liked it. A couple of the things that were strange were Tarkin and Leia both appear in the movie, and they're CGI, and you can kind of tell it's a little off-putting. But that's not bad. So I'm home now, and me and Ash had a bit of a conversation in the car talking about the movie, and we kind of came to the agreement that there was really no point to make this movie. I'm not going to go into any kind of spoiler territory or anything like that, but basically there's no new information given in this film that relates to anything else Star Wars or that can ever relate to anything else Star Wars. It's kind of self-contained, and none of the characters will be in other movies or anything like that, is all I can really say. So my theory that I had, that the main character, Jyn Erso, will go on to become Captain Phasma, totally debunked and gone. I was way wrong about that. I feel like that actually would have been more interesting than what they did with the movie, but I don't want to say what they actually did. Basically, this movie doesn't set up any other future movies. This movie doesn't expand anything we didn't already know about the original trilogy, and while it does handle the things that lead up to Episode 4 very well, it doesn't go beyond that at all. There's no second, like my wife said, there's no second set of plans or anything. You gotta wonder if they're gonna get that transmitted as well. There's no other stakes than what we already know already happens. And so in that sense, it's kind of disappointing. It's not a bad movie, it's just kind of pointless. There was no reason for it to be made other than let's make another Star Wars movie, let's make some more money. And that seems to be the whole point of it. And that's kind of disappointing in that way. There's also a couple slow scenes where things kind of get a little boring, but the ending is actually really action-packed and fun. The third act is actually pretty good, very colorful, and then Vader is in it, of course, and he's pretty badass at the very, very end of the movie. But that's basically it. There's not really a whole lot of reason for it to exist, and that's really the strangest part of this. They had a real opportunity to expand the Star Wars story into new territory, and they kind of just decided not to do that, and I'm really wondering why that decision was made. We got all these new characters that ultimately are only in this movie, and I think that's really weird. So yeah. I also wanted to mention quickly that there's a lot of stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie. For instance, the main part of the film, or of the trailers, where she says, this is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. Not in the movie at all. Not in the movie at all. And then there's the part where Forrest Whitaker says, what will happen when they capture you? What will happen when they break you? Or wherever that line is. Not in the movie at all. He has metal legs for some reason. I never explained that. And then there's also the scene where they actually show the lens being put into the Death Star. There's a really close-up scene of it going in, but it never shows like the sequence that actually shows in the trailer, where the scale is really shown as far as this is a big ship, and then it zooms out, and then you can see the Death Star is like huge and just dwarfs the ships that you've seen, while the lens goes in place. That's all completely different. Very strange how much was shot and then not included in the trailer, including the scene, another pivotal scene in the trailer where she's walking across like a railing, and then you see the TIE fighter come up in front of her. That's not in the movie either. That just doesn't happen. Very strange how much was cut. Few of the less important things that we did learn from this movie are, if you didn't already know, lightsabers are powered by crystals, but that's kind of been known in the Star Wars lore for a long time. It's just never actually been mentioned in a movie before. So that was kind of neat. And then about 30 or so minutes into the movie, somebody mentions that at the center of powerful stars is the same material that the crystals are made out of. So basically, that explains why in episode 7, Star Killer Base destroys stars in order to get its power. It's basically, instead of mining crystals like they're doing in this film, slight spoiler alert, I guess. Instead of mining crystals, they just, suck in the sun and get the raw material that way. So that was kind of interesting, kind of important, I guess. It makes The Force Awakens make a little more sense, but not in any meaningful way. Again, it's just kind of a strange factoid. One part that was interesting was that you see Vader outside of his suit inside of like a big tube thing, kind of like Luke was in on Hoth after he got hurt. That was kind of interesting. But then he's in his suit and he starts talking and it doesn't sound like him and it's all weird and he has these really strange lines and that was really off-putting. And then another weird thing about it was that he's on like a lava planet, and I think it's the same lava planet from episode 3, and all I could think of was, why is he back on the fucking lava planet? Why would you want to go back there? It's weird. Overall, I did enjoy it. There was a lot of cool special effects. There was a lot of great fight scenes. Like I said, Vader's really badass towards the end of the movie, but I just don't see the point of why it was made, and so it's a little disappointing. It's okay. It's worth seeing in the theater because it's a spectacle, and you'll miss out if you only see it on Blu-ray or only see it on Netflix. So the big screen, the big sound, that is all worth going to see it for. But as far as the story goes, it's just kind of whatever. Not looking forward to the Han Solo movie at this point, even though I think Donald Glover will make a great young Lando. If it's like this, it's going to be kind of not so sure I'm sold on the whole side story offshoot movies, I guess. So those are my thoughts. It's a decent movie. That's basically all you're going to get out of it, though. Don't expect to have any new revelations about anything new. Don't expect to have any new seeds planted for future movies. So that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have other thoughts about the movie, make sure you leave those down in the comments section below. I do, of course, release new videos every week. So until next time, keep being awesome.